I'm Kirsten Vosen, U.S. Deloitte Private's Audit and Assurance Leader. Welcome to Family Business Focus, where we cover topics of interest to family businesses. Throughout this series, we've been speaking with Laura Pearson, Deloitte Private's U.S. Family Enterprise Leader. Today, Laura and I will discuss risk as it pertains to family enterprises. Welcome, Laura.
Thanks, Kirsten. It's great to be here with you again.
When people think of risk, they first think of cybersecurity. But there's all sorts of risks, such as brand, reputation crisis, or the wrong person accessing sensitive data. Which risks are most important for family businesses to focus on?
As you said, risk is in abundance. It's a normal part of business operations, and it's impossible to anticipate every possible risk. Instead, I advise companies to anticipate the potential outcomes. What would the business do, for example, if the system went down for 3 days because of an attack? What if someone compromised your intellectual property? The company needs contingencies and plan for these possibilities. And a leading practice to do that is with a top-down enterprise risk management approach. This is when risk intelligence is integrated and coordinated across the organization, from strategy setting to business planning to performance management. Risk intelligence should be ingrained in every fiber of the business.
One element of an enterprise risk management approach is internal controls. How can internal controls help family businesses manage risk in everyday processes?
I'm glad you asked about internal controls because there's a misconception that they're not really necessary for family businesses just because they have fewer reporting requirements and less outside oversight compared to public companies. But that's simply not true. Strong internal controls can be very advantageous for a family business. They can help detect losses and inefficiencies and also empower better decision-making and agility for their leaders. When designing internal controls, family businesses should have both preventive and detective controls in place, and they should consider implementing them across 3 areas: people, process, and technology.
Laura, let's get into your experience working with family businesses. How prepared are they for the evolving risk environment?
Well, in a recent Deloitte webcast, where the majority of attendees were private or family-owned businesses, only 9% of the poll respondents rated their enterprise risk management program as highly effective. At the same time, when I discuss cybersecurity with my clients, many of them haven't adopted vendor security protocols or don't have dedicated chief information security officers. So I would say there's some work to do.
So once the family enterprise has a risk team in place, what's next?
One of the initial steps the business should take, both at the management level and with the board of directors, is to conduct a risk assessment. Then they should define their risk appetite and set guardrails accordingly. These steps can begin to shape the entire approach, influencing strategy, investment decisions, and the resources the business will allocate towards the people, technology, and tools. So, discussions about risk should be ongoing, and adjustments to the approach should be made as needed based on internal and external conditions.
How can the business test the effectiveness of a risk management approach?
Tabletop exercises are simulations that security operations teams can perform to prepare for security incidents and can be really effective. They focus on potential challenges organizations may face during an incident and allow cross-functional managers and other business teams to exercise their respective roles and responsibilities. Through these simulations, organizations can build muscle memory and be better prepared to start the recovery process if an incident occurs.
That's our time for today. Thank you, Laura, for sharing your perspectives on risk and how family businesses can begin chipping away at and improving their risk intelligence.
Thanks, Kirsten. It's been great connecting with you throughout this series.
And thank you for joining us on the Family Business Focus. We hope you found this series both informative and engaging. We trust that the insights and strategies we've shared will help you navigate and thrive in your family enterprise.